Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. Today we will be exploring how to draw some a flying pose or two, and that is essentially for drawing superheroes. When it comes to flying, there isn't any limit of what pose, what angle or perspective you can use. Today we will be exploring an easy one. So it is essentially a spear-eagled flying pose. So to start off, I would recommend using very thin strokes for this. Let's construct our work area. No need perfection here, but just a rough work area like so. So around this line we will draw the flying pose at an angle like so. To begin, one oval right here. So the larger part of the oval is below this line and the smaller part above that line, and you'll see why. Then a circle and a circle there. So two circles around where the oval intersects. Try to make this distance as even as possible. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. We are just practicing after all. A line going like so. To move the camera a little bit there and a circle there. As you might have guessed, that we are beginning to form the core of this particular figure that is in flight. So once again, this work area, and along this line we made an oval that is more at the bottom of the or on this half of the line, and lesser on this half. Two circles where the oval intersects this line. Those larger circles, as you might have guessed, represent shoulders, that arm, those circles for the elbows, and those circles for the hands. Now he will need a head, and somewhere along there another oval, larger than these, but not too big, because superheroes tend to have musculature that is more prominent in certain areas, and the heads are not necessarily to perfect proportion. But again, according to your idea, even if it's a bit larger, it doesn't really matter. So that is our core skeleton there. And now around this we can start, and I would still recommend using light strokes. Forget about the head for now. Just add those two curving lines somewhere along there, like not on the top but here. That is the brow, the nose, and the mouth will be somewhere here. But we will focus on constructing the primary figure. So we are drawing on both sides of the lines here, except for this one where we will choose to draw right along, and that represents the chest of the figure. Those round circles that represent the shoulders help you to form the key area around them and make it a little more outstanding in terms of anatomy. So according to your idea, now your arm could be more thicker, muscular, but that is left to your imagination. And similar action here. Again, for this primary practice, do not worry if the bulk in both arms is not the same. You could try to fix it as you go along, or you could just attempt to do that once your project or your practice is near to completion. So if we begin constructing the head, so there we have it from a certain perspective, a flying figure. Now sometimes you will note in comic books or in pop culture posters, they could have some more of the form showing here, but that is again a little more advanced practice. As you see, the form is jutting toward the screen, like flying towards you, and everything else from that perspective will go downward. Now you could work to make legs there that are going straight down, or sometimes they will have a little bit of the torso showing here, and then perhaps a part of the thigh and the knee sticking out like so. So again, the thickness of the knee or the leg, and for that matter any proportion, will vary according to what you would like to put down. You could add now, I mean, from here on, you could add a cape, or I mean, that is beginning to look like sort of like Superman. And so you could really make him into anything. But that is one easy way of drawing a flying superhero or a flying form. I would recommend Googling some images, and also at the same time explore like real forms. For example, perhaps an ice skater with outstretched hands, like skating on one leg, gliding on the ice. That would be a good idea for a form that is with like straight hands. I did mention like spear eagles, but I changed my mind as I was going along. This is slightly more complex, so I thought like it would be better to explore this pose rather than straight arms, which are normally used for heroes with wings or other figures that have wings or other like extensive fabric around, going from the arms to the torso. But so that is one way of drawing that flying form. I hope this has been of some help. Thank you for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe. Have yourself a wonderful day.